Welcome to 10 highest grossing films of 2017 information. Number 10. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Yes, this really is happening, and it features both Orlando Bloom and Johnny Depp. This is one of those series that plays particularly well outside the US, but the last episode did see some fading away of interest. Can't fail to score, but doesn't feel like top 5 material in such a competitive year. Number 9. Wonder Woman. There is a feeling out there that the DC Comics universe is cruising for a fall. You won't find much good word about Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad. Expect Razzie mentions for the duo next month, but both films took in the area of $750 million. Curiosity alone should help Wonder Woman to a top 10 spot. If the film is half decent, it could go higher than this. Number 8. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. A great deal was said about the first film being a surprise hit, but those stories conceal the ordinariness of Guardians' performance outside the United States. It took a paltry 56% in rest of the world. Still, there should be enough oomph behind the second film to propel it to significant riches. Just don't expect the Chinese to contribute much of it. Number 7. Justice League. See above comments about DC Comics. With Zack Snyder at the helm, the film promises to be less interesting than Yellow Snow, but the presence of Batman, The Flash and others should nudge it past Wonder Woman in the charts. Released in late November with the peaks of Star Wars Episode 8 just in view over the horizon. Number 6. Spider-Man: Homecoming. It's the year of 3 Marvel releases. Thor: Ragnarok is just outside our predicted top 10, and the Spider-Man Disinterment seems certain to emerge top of the heap. In most other years, this would look like a certain top 3 film. If the film rocks, then it really could make it. But there is the worry that, hitting its 3rd incarnation in a decade, the flick may suffer from Spidey reboot fatigue, a terrible condition. Number 5. Beauty and the Beast. There is almost no limit to what the live-action retelling of Disney's 1990s hit could take. Princess films do very well at the box office, and the Mouse House's reinventions of its classics, see The Jungle Book last year, have been much better than they needed to be. Still, I hear you say, the likable Cinderella stalled at $543 million in 2014. That wouldn't get it into the top 10. I am betting the Harry Potter crowd will turn out for Emma Watson. Number 4. Despicable Me 3. You may think this looks a bit balmy, but the maths is impossible to argue with. Heed this. Minions took over $1 billion last year to become the 11th biggest film of all time. And that was a spin-off. If anything, I am being conservative in my estimations. It could take more than one of the behemoths below. Number 3. Transformers: The Last Night. Look, I am really sorry about this. I know these things are a pain in the bum, but the last Transformers film ended up as the most lucrative film of 2014. So we would be crazy not to bet on The Last Night hitting 10 figures. Michael Bay is still at the helm. Mark Wahlberg remains in the cast. What is there to stop it? Number 2. Fast and Furious 8. The top 2 write themselves. The 7th film in the automotive sequence is the 6th highest grossing film in Hollywood's century-long history. What do you think of that? I am betting that film profited a little from sympathy for Paul Walker's tragic death. So I'm knocking off a few $100 million from 7's head-spinning $1.5 billion. That still puts it in stratospheric territory. Number 1. Star Wars, Episode 8. Heed this. It looks as if Rogue One, a Star Wars story, could well end its run as the biggest film of 2016. The Force Awakens was the biggest film of 2015. We know that Episode 8 will be the biggest film of 2017. In 2018 the Han Solo origin film emerges. Think how well that will do. No series has ever come close to managing 4 successive chart toppers. By my calculation, none has beaten 2. Okay, that may not happen. But our concern here is how big Episode 8 can be. I'm saying that no Star Wars chapter will again repeat the excitement that gathered around The Force Awakens. So, it will surely fall short of that film's rare $2 billion take. Only Episode 7, Titanic and Avatar have managed that feat. Poi film may have to settle for being only the 4th biggest release of all time. Star Wars Island.